Good morning, bird brains. Today we're going to be working on this 2017 Street Bob behind me, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install the Ciro3d Bluetooth LED light kit. So let's get to it. First things first, empty your box and check to make sure you have everything. There's a parts list included in your directions. There's also a guide on where to place your strips. This is simply just a guide. You have complete freedom on where you put yours. I personally ran mine a little bit different from this diagram. We'll be using the directions as a guide, but some steps will be a little bit out of order. Starting with step 1, be sure your bike is cool. You don't want to be doing this install after a ride. Once your bike is cool, go ahead and remove the seat. To remove the seat, remove the screw at the back of the seat. Chances are you'll either have a thumb screw or a standard Phillips head screw. Once that's out, lift up and back on the seat. Next thing we're going to do is hook up to our power source. The easiest way to do this is straight to the battery, but you may hardwire yours if you desire. To remove the battery cover, remove the single Phillips head screw directly under the cover. Once that's out, lift up and out on the cover. Now this step isn't in the directions, but anytime I'm working with electrical, I also remove the main fuse. You can access this by lifting the tab under the fuse box cover and once again lift up and out. The main fuse is located behind the big black cover here. Simply lift the tabs and pull. Then remove the large orange fuse. Now we can unscrew the bolts that go into the battery using a Phillips head screwdriver. We will then feed those bolts through the eyelets in the Ciro3d system. Remember, red wire to red positive, black wire to black ground. After that's done, tighten them down with a screwdriver and replace the main fuse. We now have power and can test the lights. Each light has a male and female end. To connect, simply line up the tabs and push together. To detach, push down on the tabs and pull apart. What I like to do before starting is to connect all of the strips together to make sure everything is working prior to installation. Be sure to not only power on, but to cycle through the colors as well. Now the directions say to mount the controller at this point. I leave that until the end in case my initial plans for the strips change. So I'm going to move on to step 5, 6, and 7. As you connect the strips, place a small dot of dielectric grease in each connector. This will keep the pins from corroding over time. You'll see me use a red applicator later in the video. This is the same stuff that's provided, just an easier applicator. From here, find out where you want to mount each strip. Like I said earlier, you can use the guide provided, but you have complete freedom. Just make sure where you're sticking them doesn't get extremely hot. As advised in the directions, keep the power supply on during this process. This will not only ensure you have a good connection, but it will also allow you to see how the light will shine in your proposed locations. Once you have a good idea of where your strips will go, wipe down the area with an ammonia-based cleaner. I personally use acetone, but a lot of people use something a little bit more gentle. This will provide a better bond to the double-sided tape and make sure that your strips stay on. When you're ready to apply, peel the red backing off of each strip. This can be a tedious task, so just be patient with it. Fingernails definitely help. Once the backing is off, get it in position and apply generous pressure on each spot of the strip. Repeat this step for every strip. Once your lights are in place, you can mount the controller. I use the double-sided tape and mounted it under the tank. You can mount yours wherever you want. After everything is mounted, it's time to clean up the wiring using the supplied zip ties. Ensure all wires are as far away from the heat-producing parts as possible. This task also can be tedious, but trust me, take your time and do it right and it will look so much better. Once you're done, you can then cut the excess off of each zip tie. Once everything is looking good, replace the main fuse cover, the fuse box cover, and the battery cover by reversing our steps from earlier. After that's done, you can also replace the seat. After everything's buttoned up, it's time to download the Ciro3d app. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store depending on which device you have, and search Ciro, Shock, and Awe. And download that app. The app is pretty in-depth, so I'll just give you the overview. You'll first want to connect to your system by clicking the Bluetooth button in the bottom left-hand corner and selecting your system. After connected, you can go through the different tabs. The basic tab is just that, basic. You can turn your system on and off as well as choose your color and mode. The deluxe and advanced tabs allow you to create custom patterns including color changes, transitions, etc. I advise just playing around with the app to get a good feel for it. And that's it, you're all done and ready to go show off your new lights.
So there you have it, guys, the Shock and Awe LED kit by Ciro3d. Thank you to Ciro3d once again. If you're interested in purchasing this product, I'm going to leave a link to it down in the description. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to leave them down in the comments or reach out to Ciro3d directly. They've got a great customer service department. Other than that, I've got nothing else for you. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It does do a ton for the channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, I highly suggest you do so. I put out at least 3 videos a week every single week. And I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.